Hello, I'm Rasputin, and this is Once Upon a Roll, a D&D podcast where I play a one-on-one session of D&D 5th edition with a guest in the Kingdom of Cortia, a homebrew setting I've been using for, 70 years now or something. I don't know. Each episode takes place in a different time and location in Cortia in an effort to bring new stories to my world. So if you miss an early episode, feel free to go back and check it out, but you won't be completely lost if you start here. Is what I normally say, but we are bringing our first return guest. My friend Bryan. Hey, Bryan, how you doing?
Welcome. Or why did I say welcome? Because
you can say welcome.
Welcome to your doom, because I'm going to be doing some crazy stuff today.
Yeah. So Bryan was the very first guest on Once Upon a Roll. And I will say, this episode you'll still be able to listen to if you haven't heard the first one. We'll give enough recap where it'll make sense.
But that's a good one.
But it is a good one. I mean, all of them are good ones, Bryan. What?
Of course. Mine's especially good.
Bryan will be revisiting the role of Raanas Decandriir, Eladrin, elf of the ages, who his dance moves lit a whole town on fire.
Very seductive.
So, if you haven't listened to the first episode, I'd definitely say that's worth a watch, but, or listen, however you like to consume stuff. You're also fine to jump in here with it. Bryan, how do you think Raanas has been since you last left him off?
Well, secret, kind of just injection here is Raanas made an appearance not being played by me in our separate campaign. So
True.
I knew a little bit of what happened to Raanas.
Yeah. Yes.
But since I guess so I'd say, if I didn't say that, I would have said I guess he's been, captured by a beholder, because that may or may not have happened.
Oh shit. Good guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raanas got the NPC treatment, which was very fun to bust him out and use his shit against you.
Yes.
Very, very quite satisfying. But yeah, so we'll certainly quickly recap when we start the episode. Some of Raanas's stuff.
Exploits.
Yeah. And the things he's been up to between then. Normal questions I ask is, have you played D&D? You've already answered that. I guess my question is...
Now I've not. I've no longer played.
Have you? Yeah. You've gone back in time and erased D&D from ever playing it. Cool. Have you done any more one-on-one sessions since ours?
No, I think our session was the last one-on-one I've done. Greatly enjoyed it, which is why I came back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely a unique experience as far as D&D goes, and I definitely enjoy it. I'm excited to get back into it here.
Yeah, I think we can just roll into it then. I mean, no reason for any more preamble. It's just Raanas time.
Raanas Decandriir is here.
And yeah, this one's gonna get. You'll see. Everyone will see, and you'll see too.
I'm excited.
So yeah, let's jump into this episode of Once Upon a Roll. The Kingdom of Cortia has thrived for over 1,000 years. In that time, it's endured war against powerful enemies, outlasted deadly feuds between its lords, and fought against evil, both of this plane and others. However, during the most recent Festival of the Autumn Sun, the sages' ritual revealed a nearly forgotten omen, the sign of Black Sun, a symbol only seen once before, and it almost led to the destruction of Cortia. Panicked, the common folk in the capital city rioted, and when the dust settled, the king was dead, and his 2 children had disappeared in the night. The lord of the city of Edgewood, Tom Dunn, restored peace to the capital, and with no heirs of the king anywhere to be seen, he decided to sit the throne and take the position of Lord Regent. However, this tale isn't about Lord Regents, ancient prophecies, or missing princes or princesses. This tale is about Raanas Decandriir. Since your little dust-up on Suna Island, you've kept busy. You spent some time in the court of a beholder, you lured a group of adventurers to the Feywild in an ultimately unsuccessful effort to rob them, and you even spent a few weeks working in a kitchen at a refugee camp helping those displaced from their homes after the riots in the capital. You were doing it to study a mark, but it was still a pretty nice thing to do. All that was ages ago, though. And now you find yourself in the all too familiar position of being manacled and dragged along by indistinct henchmen. You've been a prisoner here for a few days, and in that time you've struggled to determine where here is. In previous bouts of captivity, the situations that you haven't been able to talk out of, you've at least been able to use your Eldrin ability of face stepping to make a hasty getaway. But when you tried to do that during the first night, you couldn't feel any connection to the Fae, and thus had nowhere to step through. Meaning wherever you are now is not in the material plane. The guards lead you down a long hall. You look up to see a massive, ornate door, and as you step closer, it swings open without anyone there to open it. You're dragged forward into the room. In the center is a chair bolted to the ground with loops to attach your manacles to, and in front of it are 5 gilded podiums, each with what seems to be a sigil on the front. The guards pull you in, sit you down, and attach your manacles to the chair.
Why don't you let Raanas go? Raanas is innocent of any crimes.
You try to kind of look up at their faces as you give a plea, and it's just almost shadow obscuring them. They do not respond in the slightest. They turn, walk out the door that they just led you through.
Hello? Raanas is chained here. Would love to get out.
As soon as you finish your last word there, a door on the other side of the room opens, and 5 figures walk in, each heading to a respective podium. A not quite middle-aged woman with blonde hair draped over her right shoulder approaches the middle podium, grabs the gavel resting on it, and lightly taps it on the wood. The doors that had been left open, the one that you walked through and the one they walked through, all shut. The accused has been brought before this council on charges of tampering with the fabric of space and time. It is our duty as the cross-consul of Mistra to learn the full damages that have transpired and if further action needs to be taken. Council, please introduce yourself. Behind the far left podium stands a green-scaled dragonborn. It's hard to tell how old he is, but his scales are peeling a bit, so you'd guess he's getting up there. In a croaky voice, he says, Arnik Lumitrin of Greyhawk. At the podium next to him is an elven man who normal mortals would guess to be around 200, but your keen fey eyes can tell he's not a day younger than 430. Eleanor Bequin of Exandria. On the far right is a gnomish woman, boosted by a box beneath her so she can see over the top of the podium, and she says, Ella Tricklebottom of Eberron. Next to her stands the strangest of the bunch. You have never seen anything of his ilk before, but he looks to be your approximation of the cross between a human and an elephant. In a booming voice, he says, Bale of Ravnica. Lastly, the woman at the center podium speaks again and says, And I am Arwen Sabella of Vaya. As the accused hails from Vaya, I propose that I lead the investigation. All in favor say aye. A chorus of ayes echo around the room, and the woman nods and says, Let us commence then. You see the 5 figures all put their heads down, make a whisper, and a few hand motions, and some magic sparks from out of their fingertips. I need you to make a wisdom check. Or a wisdom saving throw, rather.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. Let's see. That is a 9 plus 3. It's a 12.
Okay. A circle forms around you, glowing in just yellow and white, almost blinding light, and you feel this kind of urge in general to be about as truthful as possible. You can't say exactly that you're super familiar with this exact version of the spell, as it looks different from, this isn't your first circle of truth, right?
I know this spell very well.
It's not your first circle of truth. This one seems to be a little different in how it operates, almost, as if there might be some homebrew mechanical elements to make this session work in an interesting way.
Ooh, okay. Exciting.
Yeah, you seems a little different than the ones you've grown used to in the past. The woman named Arwen looks at you and says, Please state your name.
Raanas Decandriir?
And Raanas, where are you from originally?
I am originally from the Feywilds.
Connected to which material plane?
The material plane?
roll a history check.
Okay. Another 9. 11 total.
What you would know is, like, obviously you've spent probably most of your life in the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had said it before. The name Vaya you recognized. Like, that's just the name of the world that is like the world that contains Cortia and all that. So you'd assume that the material plane that your Fae is attached to is called Vaya. You get the sense that this is just a calibration sort of question.
Mm-hmm. Well, luckily they didn't know I'm dumb, so.
True.
Possibly the material plane in Vaya?
She kind of gives you a squint and nod, and you can already see like the headache forming inside of her brain.
I give her a thumbs up, just like
yeah, it's just
like a thumbs up and nod. Like, I think that's right. Is that the right answer?
Your manacle kind of catches you, but you get like enough of your hand up to get a visible thumbs up. Arwen looks at you again, gives a little nod after rubbing her forehead, says, all the accounts of your doings start in the city of Endon, where you're in possession of 2 highly magical items. One being the Staff of the Magi, and the other being a mysterious deck of cards. How did you come into possession of such objects? So, if you want to lie, you can.
Oh.
You will need to roll an additional wisdom check to see if, like, you'll be able to. But yeah, if you can roll a wisdom check and succeed, then you can roll deception. And obviously, depending on how good it is.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to try. Is it a wisdom check or wisdom save?
Wisdom save. Wisdom save. Sorry.
Okay. I'm going to try to do wisdom save to see if I can lie. Ooh, that was not good. I rolled a 7. So.
Okay. That'll fail, but you can try to lie.
I found a genie who gave them to me.
That's what you mean to say, but instead the words come out. I stole it from the Baron on Suna Island, at least the staff. Went in his basement and lit his house on fire. Yeah, you kind of look down at your hands like, why? Why did I say?
Actually, while that is the truth, I don't think what I just said really demonstrated what what happened, but I can show you better with like an interpretive dance if you'll just let me out of these manacles.
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm better at those. Okay, that's a 30.
As you look at all of them, the gnome woman, Ella Tricklebottom, seems kind of intrigued by this. And you even see Bale, the human elephant, kind of like tapping his foot a bit. And Arwen says, stop! No, we don't need to hear the exact exploits of your interpretation of it, and I don't think a dance is going to help us out anymore.
Clearly you have not seen Raanas dance. I'm a very good dancer, trust me.
And the deck, how did you come across the deck?
Can I try to lie again?
Yeah.
Nope. That's a 10 total.
Okay. How do you think Raanas came across the deck? How do you think he would have found a deck of many things? Or a mysterious deck?
How would Raanas find the deck of many things? I think he probably stole it from a wizard.
Okay.
But he's going to say, I bought it with another deck of regular cards. I did not know what it was.
And as he says that, or tries to say that, instead the words that come out are, I had gone towards the capital city of Cortia as I was studying a mark and found the old ruins of the Archmage's Tower. Went down and found a locked box that you got a way through that wasn't just through dancing. You found a way to pick it and stole the deck.
I was close with the wizard stealing.
Oh, hey, good lies. Good lies immediately.
We're rocking so far here with my wisdom saves.
You've got charisma of the ass, but wisdom stuff?
Wisdom save, not great.
Arwen writes a few things down, looks up at you. We have it on record that 6 cards from this deck, known as the Deck of Many Things, were pulled. The first of which was not pulled by you. It was pulled by one Markin Shea. Can you tell us what transpired?
Absolutely. You see, Raanas did not understand what Raanas had found. So, Raanas is very careful with magic objects, which is why this is such a ridiculous thing I'm hearing for tampering with, what would you say, time and space? Well, Raanas is very careful. So careful that I had someone else try to draw a card first to make sure that it was safe.
And we cross-dissolve to a starry night in the seaside city of Endon. You had made your way there after stopping by the capital and pilfering this deck, and you figured what better place to mess around with magics unknown than the city of Endon. You found yourself in a tavern, as most good stories start, named the Sheeper's Boat. You tried to ask, why the Sheeper's Boat, and it just seemed like a random pick that the bartender went with, and it stuck. You have been sitting at a table for a little while, and you have noticed a few people come in and out, mostly trying to pick who you think should draw the first card from this. You've heard some rumors about very powerful magic decks and how they can bring you, fame, fortune, and also ruin. So, while you're certainly curious, you want to be careful. And there's one person, a young man, who seems a little down on his luck. You've kind of been eyeing up as the perfect test subject for your first mark here.
So I'm in the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it a crowded bar?
No, not all that crowded. I mean, there's probably like 10 people in it. It seems getting a little later in the evening, so the busiest hours are done.
Okay, I'm going to go and sit down next to this guy that I have picked out.
Yeah, you see him kind of nursing the last few sips of ale, almost seeming like he can't afford to buy another, but doesn't want to quite go home or finish his drink yet.
Oh, hello there, kind sir. Have we met before? I am Raanas Decandriir.
Kind of looks at you up and down. Can you tell me what he sees as he looks at Raanas, just to get a little remembrance of Raanas' beautiful form?
Sure. Raanas is a very good-looking Eladrin elf, so he's got kind of your typical, pointy ears and elf features, but since he's this Eladrin elf, he always is kind of in the theme of a season. Raanas is usually in the theme of autumn, so he's got kind of orange hair, even an orange hue to his skin. He is a bard, so he's got very fancy clothes, very eloquent, and he wears a little tight pants, leather tight pants. He's got really frilly shoes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He walks very prim and proper, and he's got really nice fitting clothes. Clearly he takes time to put himself together every morning.
Got it. Yeah. He kind of looks you up and down, and it's immediately clear that he has never met anyone in his life who looks like you. With just you get the sense he maybe has seen a half elf once, So to see a full Eldrin elf, it just takes him aback a bit. No, but pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. I can tell from way back on the other side of the bar that you are a man who knows what he likes. Am I right? Am I right? You are.
He scratches the back of his head and is like, well, seems unconvinced, but waiting for you to continue your pitch here.
And the first thing I can tell that you like is a beer. Waiter, can we please have a fine ale and a wine for myself, me and my friend?
Yeah, the server nods and slides over an ale to him and gives you a wine. The wine's pretty bad here, but, it'll do.
What a tasty wine. What a great establishment we have here. I could not help but see you and think, there is someone who just needs an opportunity. There is someone who just needs a good bit of luck. Am I right?
Well, yeah. I mean, few months back. I moved out here and don't fully know what came over me.
Raanas has the opportunity of a lifetime for you, because for just one simple task, you could make yourself a full 3 gold. What do you think?
He feels at his pouch, which seems to be filled with maybe 3 copper. The promise of 3 gold definitely seems intriguing. I'll have you roll a persuasion check.
That is a 20 total.
Depends on the job, I guess, but yeah, 3 gold would be amazing.
Oh, well, then I have the opportunity of a lifetime for you. You simply need to come to the back alley of this bar and watch my magic trick.
Just watch you're going to pay me to watch you do a magic trick?
That's exactly right, yes.
He kind of is like, looks around. You're going to rob me, aren't you?
Raanas would not rob you in a million years.
Like, I know how this sort of thing goes. I used to be in that life.
Oh.
Then I moved here to become a pearl diver. It hasn't gone super well, but I know what that life's like. You're going to rob me.
A pearl diver in Endon?
Yeah, I just had this compulsion to come here one day. Someone told me I should go pearl diving here, and it seemed like a good idea. And look, I'm still trying to do it, but it wasn't. But I know you're going to rob me, and I don't want to get robbed.
Okay. Look, I understand what you've been through here. Raanas, too, has faced many hardships, but here, I will give you one of the gold right now. That way, if I rob you, I'm just taking one of my golds back. All right, I'll find somebody else.
Roll persuasion at advantage.
All right, it's 29.
Yeah, he's like, okay, that seems fair. And then also, as you know, he seems to imagine like having this 1 gold, and he's like, well, what's this guy really gonna rob from me? how much is there for me to lose? Yeah, okay, we can go out back, but no funny business.
Okay. Only a little bit of funny business. Raanas always likes a little bit of fun. But no robbing. I promise.
Okay.
I'll take him to the back of the alley. And also, no sex stuff. Just so you know.
Yeah. Okay.
You seemed like you kind of wanted that. I just wanted to tell you that's not what Raanas is here for.
All right. Yeah. No. Okay.
In fact, because you looked at me that way, only 2 gold. But either way.
Hey, that wasn't the deal.
You're lucky I'm still giving you the 1 gold, okay?
All right, fine.
All right. Now, magic trick, very particular. All you need to do is I have this deck of cards. And you need to just draw 1 card from the deck, and I will tell you what your card is. Very simple.
You just want me to draw a card, okay?
Yeah, any card.
You hold out the deck?
Mm-hmm.
He reaches for it, not even nervous because it's just pulling a card from a deck. Pulls it out. And do you want him to hand it to you?
Yes, let me see what card you get.
Yeah, he hands it to you, and you see the image of a gemstone.
Oh, you have picked a very interesting card.
And as soon as you finish that sentence, the card dissolves into dust and floats up in the air.
Ta-da!
And then, appearing out of nowhere, just in his arms, you just see gems, different pieces of jewelry, all more beautiful and ornate than the last, just start piling into his arms. And it seems like he's just got a handful and armfuls of jewelries and gems just on him. You know, you take a quick look and you're like, that must be worth thousands. And he seems like as shocked as ever. He's like, oh my gosh, oh, holy shit.
Yes, holy shit. Yes, it is a trick. It's all fool's gold, but I can tell you enjoyed it.
Oh, it looks pretty though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes. It is just some of my props, and the magic trick worked. So here is 1 gold that you were supposed to get, and you know what? Just because you were such a good sport, here, take one of these fake rubies. I think you'll like it, but the rest of it, I'm going to have to reset the spell. The trick, so that I can do it for somebody else. And tell all your friends, Raanas, great magician.
All right, roll a deception check.
That's pretty fair. A 21 total, plus 13 on deception, so pretty good at that.
Yeah, without even, thinking about it, he takes the 1 gold and the ruby you hand him, and he's like, yeah, you can have these props back.
Oh, yeah. They look so real. That's part of the trick, right?
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah. See? Okay. Well, I can see it was a big night for you. 2 gold and fake ruby. Best night of your life, right?
One of them. Yeah, it's nice to just have someone to talk to. It's kind of lonely in the city, I just didn't know many people when I moved here. I really came out here on a whim. And it just kind of feels like, trying to make something of myself with no one here to make it with. So, even just your time was nice to have. So it's also nice to make a little money from it, too. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, hey, nobody likes a negative Nancy now, so, you're kind of spoiling my mood, so maybe just scoot on out, Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, hey, thanks. And he turns and walks back in and seems like he's going to use part of that gold to buy another drink.
Your probing for Raanas to be nicer was not going to work.
Oh, no, I'll be honest, I was going on because I was expecting you to interrupt. So
that's a good line. I should have done that.
Dude, my prompt was I was expecting you to interrupt him. But yeah, he heads in. You can add 24 pieces of jewelry. Each of them are worth 2,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
I mean, even though you ripped him off, you did just make him rich as fuck. Yeah.
2,000 gold pieces. Shit. All right. Raanas does not know the value of these specific jewels. Otherwise, you never would have given him one of those.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. Raanas doesn't know they're, 2,000, but you can as soon as you get him appraised, I suppose.
Okay, now I have to ask, does Raanas understand at all what a deck of many things is?
Roll Arcana.
That is a 10 total.
Raanas would have heard rumors about it, and kind of as mentioned before, your reluctance to pull something from it was like just hearing rumors, right? Mm-hmm. Of, hey, it can make people rich, but also maybe some bad things can happen. I heard of a guy who disappeared once,
Right.
But it's all stories. None of it has been based in fact or anything like that.
Okay. This must be one of the good decks. I pull 2 cards.
Okay, before that, we're going to flash forward to, current time as you sit before Arwen and the rest of the council. She's writing a few things down. What exactly are you telling the council right now?
He pulled cards. It was good one, and good things happened to him. He very happy that he did that.
I'm going to say within the rules of just Circle and Truth in general, I don't even need you to roll deception here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Raanas has remembered some things about Zone of Truth.
Even though certain aspects of this spell are going to work a little different, that will still fall into it as enough of the truth without saying you ripped them off.
Don't need to tell them I have many fine jewels now.
She nods, looks up, and says, so then you pulled 2 more cards on your own accord. What was the first one?
Well, let me tell you.
We are back in the alley. You are going to pull your first card here.
Yes, gemstones for Raanas.
For everyone listening, we don't have cards. We're not in person right now. So I have a slightly revised version of the deck of many things, still largely intact, but a few things to just make more sense for this sort of thing. You're just going to roll a d20.
Okay.
And I have stuff corresponding to different cards that you could get.
I'm really excited. I can't fucking wait.
And we'll see what happens.
That is an 11.
You pull your first card. And you see the image of in shining armor a knight. The card vanishes. And next to you appears a summer Eladrin wearing pretty thick built, wearing plate armor and a sword to their side, who stands next to you and then gives a bow. Master Decandriir, I am at your service.
What? How you know my name?
You have pulled the Knight card, which is you gain the service of 4th level fighter who appears in a space. I guess you get to choose the space normally, but fuck that.
Yeah.
Who appears right next to you. They're the same race as you and serve you loyally until death. So you have you have a knight next to you now. I know your name because I am in your service.
You are?
And I'm honored to be in that service.
Of course you are. And what is your name?
It seems like he's taken a second to compute the name. They call me Sir Alex.
Oh, Sir Alex. Well, look, Raanas kind of his own guy here. You kind of show up unexpectedly. Can I call on you some other time? This is not a great time for me. Raanas making lots of money.
Whatever your order would be, I will do it. If you need me to go scout areas for you to stay or anything that you would like, I can accomplish the tasks that you set forth.
Whatever order at all.
Yes.
Oh. Anything. Jump up and down.
Yes. Clink, 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 clink. As he jumps up and down in his plate, just as clapping against itself.
Tell me you are a little baby.
That doesn't really befit someone of my...
You said you do whatever Raanas asks.
I'm a little baby. I am a little baby.
Okay. Oh. This is better than I thought. This is good deck. Look, Sir Alex, Raanas will definitely find some use for you. No worries there. Here. I'm having good night. Take these these coppers. Go in the bar and get bottle of wine for me and just me, actually.
Yes, of course.
And then come back and find me.
He takes the coppers and walks out back into the bar. Flash to the present. Do you tell Arwen about your knight?
No.
What do you say of the second card?
Second card was kind of a dud. I wasn't too thrilled with it. Not much happened.
Arwen kind of looks at you for a moment. Listen, we were able to cross-check with Markin about the gems, but we need more specifics than that.
Mm-hmm.
There are other ways we can get information out of you, but they're all going to be more painful.
Look. Draw second card. A couple minutes later, bottle of wine show up. That was it.
You're saying all you got from the second card was a bottle of wine.
Nasty hangover. Not good wine.
I'm going to say this one you'll need a deception check for.
That's probably fair.
Wisdom first.
This is a wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save first.
That's a 15.
Okay. For this, I kind of have zones, so with that, you can make deception at disadvantage.
Okay. That's a natural 14. I'll tell you the change here, and a natural 17. So
okay.
That is a 27 with disadvantage.
Aaron kind of looks, and she kind of looks between the council. It's like, is there any precedent for decks of many things just bringing bottle of wine to people? And each of them kind of like shrug, like, I would never pull a card from that thing. Like, are you insane?
Well, that speaks truth. It was not a good bottle either. Terrible card, actually.
So your third one, then. You are back in the, salty air of Endon. Your knight getting you some wine. And yeah, your third card being pulled.
All right. Oh, yes. Go grab me a chair and rub my feet, too, while I draw this next card.
Naturally. Get out getting you the chair and wine as you start pulling your card.
All right. D20?
D20. Reroll on an 11.
Okay, sure. Oh, here we go. Come on. This is a 9.
Okay. Okay. Got it. You pull out a card that has the image of a lithe figure wearing a black mask and holding a dagger in their hand. You see them using the dagger to cut the purse of someone that they're sneaking past in this picture. The card then vanishes into dust. Nothing appears by you.
What? Huh? There's no gems here. This one dud. Sir Alex, you see anything happen?
Sir Alex comes through sets the chair down and hands you the wine. No, my lord.
Huh. Okay. Well, good job getting to wine. Go down street and go get me a dessert. I want a parfait.
Yes, of course. And he clink, 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 clink. Just your knight just doing errands. He could fight battles for you, you know.
Raanas fights few battles.
True. Yeah, he clanks away. As you sit sipping your bad wine, some moments pass and you start to hear that clank, 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 clank again. But then you hear it like twice and then 3 times, like 3 times as loud as you'd expect. And it seems like there's more than just one plated figure running up to you.
I will cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
As like a poor old beggar woman.
The guards all run up. You see 4 coming from behind you in the alley and then 4 coming from in front. So you are kind of trapped between them in the alley. They like look around and they seem confused. And all they see is an old beggar woman. Ma'am, have you seen an Eladrin elf here?
What?
Yes. His name is Raanas Decandriir.
A handsome young fellow?
Yes, he's wanted for stealing from the Lord of Endon.
Oh, well, a fella just ran by that way just a few minutes ago.
All right. First, you know you're a wanted criminal in many places. You've spent some time in Endon, and you've broken some laws in Endon. But definitively, you know you have not stolen shit from the Lord. This is a crime you did not commit. But you do seem wanted for it. You can roll a deception check now.
That is a nat 20, so that's a 33.
All right. These guards will be like, thank you, ma'am, and tip their hats. One will even throw you a coin, feeling a little bad for you.
Oh, thank you, kind sir. I can tell you're nice to your mother.
Clink, 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 clink. And then, yeah, they move away. What do you do?
What the hell? I still know one from Endon. I still from nothing from it. I have to go get out of here. What? I'm gonna try to walk to the back to the bar real quick.
Okay.
As the old lady.
Yeah.
Sirs, a couple guards walk by. Man who is in here, they say he's wanted for something. You hear about this?
There's those rumors. I know that a old relic, a necklace, was stolen from the Lord, and people have been some whispers of it being an Eladrin elf who stole it. And now that I think about it, we did see one in here earlier.
Oh, my. Well, dangerous folk out at night. I'm going home. So, good night. Watch out for him. I'm going to run back to the alley and be like, a necklace? I'm just going to quick rummage through my things.
Yeah, as you know, you find some different items, but mostly, as you look through, I mean, do you have any sort of necklace on you?
I have some necklaces, yeah, but probably nothing too fancy.
Yeah, you don't see anything that seems like it would be a lord's, relic.
Shit. Some other elegant elf making bad reputation for Raanas. Raanas already has bad reputation in many cities. There are not many cities left. I'm gonna start walking away. Is Sir Alex anywhere still?
As the guards have left and you start walking back, you hear the clink, 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 clink of Sir Alex running with a parfait in his hand, and runs by you at first.
Oh, hey! I de-disguise.
Oh, yes.
Why you run by me?
I'm sorry, my lord. I did not recognize you.
Okay, from now on, you recognize me at all times, despite my disguise, okay?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. I'm going to, put on a disguise now. I have, a disguise I typically go to. The Archbishop Ramsbury is Raanas' kind of go-to false identity. I'd say, okay, you are official guard and bodyguard for Archbishop Ransbury. Raanas no longer liked in this city, so you're going to have to escort me out, okay?
He nods his head and bows. Yes.
Good. And anyone asks about Raanas?
Dansbury?
Hmm?
Dansbury was it?
Ramsbury.
Yes, Lord Ramsbury.
Anybody ask about Raanas, you say you don't know him, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, some other damn Eladrin putting a bad reputation for Raanas. We need to leave. We need to stop by my place first. Down the street. Take me there.
He leads you along the way to your inn.
Get in. I'm gonna relax a little bit. Okay. This single, so you sleep on floor, but I'll give you a pillow at some point. I'm gonna look at that deck and be like, well, knight okay, gems real good, this one bad, potentially, or neutral, unsure. One more, why not?
All right, roll a d20.
All right. Oh no. That is a natural 1.
All right. It's hard to describe what exactly happens in this second, but you start to feel disgusted with yourself. You think to all the things you've done. You think to the people you've wronged, to the people you've robbed, and you felt like, well, that was just the natural order of things, being chaos, and that was who I am. And now you feel like that was disgusting and horrible all along. Your alignment changes from chaotic to lawful. You are now lawful neutral.
Oh my god.
And you feel compelled to sort out this situation of you being wanted for this crime in the best possible way, in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And you also feel really guilty for taking 24 of the gems and saying that they were props from Markin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Things need to happen right now, Sir Alex. First of all, you, sir, are knight. No longer are you sleep on floor. You sleep on bed now, okay?
But Archbishop Ramsbury.
No, I am Raanas. I'm no archbishop.
Yes, Raanas. That's. Are you sure? Are you certain?
Yes. You are knight, and you help me out. Here, I need you to take these. I want you to take this necklace. This is payment for your work for today and for like the next year, probably. It's worth quite a bit. And
thank you.
You're going to have weekends off and minor and major holidays.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And next time you work for someone, you ask them for these things. Here, and then take. Let's see. I gave him 1, and I gave you 1. 12. I want you to take 12 of these jewelry things. I need you to find at the bar that we were at, there's a man, ask for a man drinking sad beer that who saw a magic trick earlier. He, disheveled looking guy, pearl diver. He's a pearl diver. Give him these. Tell him they're actually worth quite a bit.
All right.
Okay, good. And when you come back, you stay here until I come back. I have things to deal with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. We'll both walk out. I'll walk out into the street, look for a guard.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take long until you find a guard standing by one of the gateways to a different part of the city.
Officer.
Yes.
I have heard rumor that Raanas is being wanted for a crime that Raanas does not commit. Clearly there's some confusion. I think I might be under some type of slander for being an elf. It is a lies what is said about me, but I am wanting to. I know I am wanted, and I want to turn myself in so I can clear up my name.
We'll do a hard cut directly to you in a prison cell in Endon, waiting to work on clearing your name, which you sit in for a little while. It probably you said like, hey, let's talk it through, figure it out, and you've been in for a day. And then we'll flash forward back to the present time. Arwen says, oh, right, so you drew the first, which were gems. Then you've got the wine and the two after that.
Next one had Raanas accused of crime he did not commit. Evil card.
She nods.
Raanas would not commit any crimes. That is why this whole thing ridiculous.
Roll a deception. Well, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. The wisdom saving throw is a 16.
You can roll deception at disadvantage.
So 11 plus 13 is 24.
All right. They seem to accept it.
And then Raanas, unsure what next card exactly did, felt badly about some of Raanas' previous actions.
So what I'll say right now is, in this moment, you do not feel the exact compulsion to be lawful as you did
Okay.
then.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Next card, very strange. Raanas get very ill with mental illness.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
That's a modified a 20.
You can just make a deception check.
Okay. My deception check is a 6 plus 13, 19. Yeah, head cloudy, not thinking straight for a while, not act like self for a very long time. It's really all I can say. Just not act like Raanas. Also, I had a cold.
Even though you were being deceitful, the look Arwen and the rest of the council give you seems to be along the lines of they know exactly what happened and just can understand the way that Raanas would frame it.
Yeah. Yeah, Raanas sort of being honest on this one. He's not sure what happened.
It's true. It's not exactly a lie. You then pulled a fifth card.
That is true, yes.
This one being the moon card, of which you were able to cast wishes. What wishes did you cast? We'll cut back to you in a jail cell, kind of waiting around for your sentence. Most of your belongings are taken off of you, but they did leave you with, a little deck of playing cards, because they didn't really think to take it.
They should have taken all of my belongings. This would have made more sense, but I am not going to complain. They are the officers of the law. They make the decisions. So I will see what happens, and I will draw the card.
All right. I need you to roll 1d3. So I guess, roll a d4 and just re-roll on 4s.
Okay. That's a 2.
You kind of sit in there, probably to a degree thinking like, hey, I feel so much better as a person now. So yeah, pull another card, right?
Yeah.
This has made me a better person. Yeah.
This was good card, last one.
You pull a card with a moon on it. It vanishes and you feel kind of this warmth in your chest as like light from an impossible source, almost going through just the cracks of the stone wall come through. You have 2 wishes.
Lawful neutral Raanas has 2 wishes.
Lawful neutral Raanas has 2 wishes.
Oh, God. This kingdom run terribly. People lie, steal, cheat all the time. I know, I've done it myself. I wish I was the ruler of all the lands.
All right. As soon as you say your first wish, you feel like this warmth in your chest that was there a moment ago grow more and more. It almost feels like it's enveloping you. You feel this light shining around you. A sound, silence. You open your eyes and you're no longer in a jail cell. You're outside and no one else is there. You can see the seaside, but the sea itself seems to have dried a fair bit. It's what used to be water now just goes down. As you look, the city that you had been standing in is in ruins. The sky itself is black. You are wearing ornate, beautiful robes, but nothing is here.
Raanas may have made a mistake. I'm gonna kind of like walk around a little bit, try to find someone. Hello? Anybody here with Raanas?
Roll a investigation.
Okay. That's an 18.
Yeah, you kind of walk around the city of bone and dust, and seems like there is no living creature here.
Huh. This predicament for Raanas, to say the least. Understood, cosmic forces. Wishes not to be worded poorly. Okay. I get it now. This would never have happened if I didn't feel so good about myself.
You do have a second wish.
Well, need to think about this one for a second. Clearly not as easy as I thought.
Oh yeah, you got your wish. You rule the world.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
You rule all the
Okay.
people of the world, of which there seem to be none.
Yes.
It's just you.
This plane ruined. Not Raanas' fault, but here we are. I wish to be the ruler of different material plane during the height of its power. And know everyone dead shit.
You feel the warmth again of the spell overcome you. Lights all around. You vanish again. And yeah, you open your eyes and you don't recognize the place you are in. But it is not the end of the world here.
Oh, this is better.
You take a look around and you can see just beautiful buildings everywhere. It's just, it's a thriving civilization. People running in and out, all dressed well. It seems like poverty, not a problem. Everyone that you see around you just is happy.
Oh.
The tallest building is to your knee height, though. As you kind of look around, and you walk around a bit, you see that whatever plane you're on, whatever planet you're on, seems to be very small.
Oh. Okay.
Or maybe you're very big. It all works, right?
Hello? Little people?
As you call down, they, bow to you. Yes.
Okay. Test here. What is name of this world?
This is Decandriir, of course.
Of course it is. That's right. And who am I? Raanas Decandriir. So that was just test. You all pass. Thumbs up to everybody. Keep on with your business. I don't want to sit anywhere. I feel like I might sit on your house. I'm gonna go sit on that mountain over there. Anybody needs me for matters related to
Yes, Lord!
whose sheep is whose and things like that. I'm gonna go sit over there.
They all start giving interpretive dances.
Yes, very good. But you need some work on yours. I just need to sit for a second. Oh gosh, Raanas has made some mistakes. Where did that moon card go? I need that one again. Try to find it if I can find that one. Wait. Most powerful people in land, come here. Raanas needs to speak with you.
Yeah. You call for the most powerful adventurers. It's hard to gauge their, full size. You feel the same, right? You don't feel like a giant, right? Does a giant ever? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. I'm not giant to everyone else. I'm just giant to you.
Oh, all of them come to your toes, pretty much. But yeah, they gather some of the best and bravest adventurers.
Okay. Look, Raanas got here, and he's happy here. Love that all the Decandriirians, so polite. I am slightly bigger than the rest of you. Have you all noticed that?
It all lets us gaze upon your beauty and grace. At all times. Like the sun or the moon. But you're always there.
Okay. I did not want to have to do this, but do I have any of my items?
You have, you have all your items. You still have your deck.
Okay.
You still have...
Where does Raanas usually hang out, as far as you all know? Have you ever tried to build Raanas a house or anything?
Well, it'd be too big for us to build. We could start.
No.
We could try.
No. Where is place Raanas can be by himself for a moment? Is there like a desert or something? A big one?
Yes, on the other side of the mountain, you could certainly find a way to get there. Yeah.
Okay. Raanas going for just a minute, and if Raanas does not come back, Raanas wants you, everybody, write this down. Get tablets. Write these on tablets. Number 1, Raanas wants you all to behave and follow the order of law, okay?
Oh, commandments. Yes, of course.
2, do not take Raanas' name in vain.
Oh, Raanas.
Yeah.
Raanas, damn it.
No, that is exactly what I mean. Well, okay, that's okay.
Sorry.
Number 3, Raanas did not hesitate when he wrote these commandments. So when you write these down, I knew them all right after one after another. And if any of you disagree with that, I smash you. Okay, So just remember, I had them all in my head right away. Okay.
Roll a deception check, and I'm gonna have you do it at disadvantage because against your alignment right now.
Oh, right. Okay, that's a 19.
All right, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're their god. They'll believe whatever. Oh yes, of course.
Oh yeah. A bit of old Raanas just came in there for a second. You can't change too much at once. Okay. Next, don't break laws. Eat 3 meals a day. Save money for retirements. Which one of you is smartest? Which one of you is the smartest person?
They'll point to you.
Okay. Besides Raanas, who's second smartest person? Smartest little person.
There's a wizard among them wearing long robes. Got a long white beard that goes down to his knees.
Okay, I put my hand out. You come up here with Raanas.
Oh, yes. He steps on your hand.
Okay. I'm going to kind of carefully look on the ground and lightly step over to the desert mountain while I take this guy. Raanas thinks about it, and those commandments, not great. Try to use what I gave you and make 10 really good sounding ones, okay?
Yes.
This is your duty as a civilian of Decandriir, or whatever it was. You know where you're from. And I want you to make 10 good ones, okay?
Your wish is my command.
Okay, good. 10 good ones. But you can't change that, no take Raanas' name in vain, okay?
Of course.
Okay. I'm going to go set you back down. Yeah, there we go. I walk back and I set him back down. All right. I'll be back soon. I'm going to walk over to that desert. I'm going to bust out my Staff of the Magi. Need to go somewhere else. Okay. I'm going to try to cast Plane Shift.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a forked metal rod worth at least 250 to attune to a particular plane of existence.
That's fine. The staff certainly has ways around it.
Okay. I'm going to try to use that.
Okay, so first I need you to roll a d20 to see if you can successfully wield this difficult magical item. Rules as written, you technically can't use the staff, but bringing in a little bit of homebrew, you pretty much need to roll above a threshold. So above a 10 will succeed, below a 10 will fail, and on a 1 or 2, you will activate the retributive strike, which is bad news for you.
That's an 11.
That's a success. 11 is a success.
Okay, cool. I'm going to try to go to the Feywild.
Okay. The Feywild of Vaya that you, once grew up in.
Yes.
You hold your staff, slam it down, and you open your eyes. The familiar sounds of fairies floating around. The feeling as you look up of the unmoving sun and moon to point your directions. All there. You are successfully in the Fae.
What a day. This is getting a little hairy. Is anyone alive?
I mean, you've certainly, before when you had done it, on your first wish, nothing, there wasn't even the noise of life. Here you at least have some noise of life, right?
Okay.
You haven't necessarily seen any other humanoids at the moment, but yeah. You would probably get the sense that in some way the second wish superseded the first wish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is better. Might be able to find a bed again. What a day. Well, at least staff works. First time trying. I'm going to try to figure out where I am in the Feywild here.
Roll nature.
Nature. All right. That's a 5.
Yeah, you don't really know.
Okay. Lots of parts of Feywild I have not been to. I'm just going to walk for a while. Do I find anything good or bad if I just kind of keep walking? I'm a little scared at the moment to use anything else at the moment.
Yeah, are you walking towards dusk or away from dusk?
Probably away from dusk.
As you kind of walk along, knowing the dangers of the Feywild, but also feeling somewhat at home here because you did live here for a while. Roll perception check.
Okay, that's a 19.
All right. You hear the sound of it happening before the move is made. You hear the sound of a bowstring being drawn back from a little bit of a distance.
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
You just snap your fingers and gone. You can hear the bowstring kind of move back. Show yourself.
I think I could talk without breaking invisibility.
Yeah, you can talk.
Who are you asking for me to show myself?
I'm one of the guardians of the forest of the Fey.
This is Raanas. I am from Feywild. If you say your name, I might know you.
The figure steps forward. The Summer Eldrin, Sir Alex. My lord.
Oh.
Raanas.
Oh, god dang. D invisible. Sir Alex.
He bows down. You've been gone for months.
Months? That's it?
You vanished. Yes. So I thought you were dead, but I still felt a connection. So.
Oh. How did you get here?
All us Eldrin have ways of getting in and out of the Fae.
Oh. Well, very impressive. Good to see you, actually. Surprisingly. You're looking well.
Yeah, he looks like he's gone from 4th level to 6th level.
Oh, nice. Sir Alex, getting beefy here. Okay, Sir Alex, weird thing happens to me. You know what? Kind of hard to explain right now. In any case, would like to get back out of Feywild. Can you direct me out of here?
Certainly, I can take you to a spot where the magic is weaker.
Oh, okay, good. Well, look, actually, you know what? I have better solution now. I have magical item that can easily get us back to a material plane. And I wasn't sure about it at first, but it worked perfectly the first time. So, why don't you come with me? I will teleport us to material plane.
All right.
And since it worked so well the first time, we're going to use our Staff of the Magi to planar shift back to the material plane.
Roll d20.
That's a 6.
You try it and it fails. No spells cast. Does cost whatever the charges are, though.
I perhaps am wrong. It worked first time, I promise. This is not normal problem for us. I suppose we okay getting out of here then. As you were, Sir Alex, please take us back to material plane. My little stick seems to be malfunctioning.
Do you try just hitting it on something? Just give it the whole Fonzie.
Do you think that should work? I will give it one more try. Perhaps it's a little finicky. Maybe I not say right plane. Okay, material plane. Here we go. Planar shift. Let's go. It's an 8.
Fails again.
Okay. Well, looks like it doesn't work. Maybe just once per day, one of those things. Why don't you lead me back out of here?
He, walks you away from dusk for a little while, and then just various weaves in and out. And eventually, you find yourself in front of a tree that, doesn't really look like it fully belongs in the Fae. It's a little less magical than the rest of the things. Reminds you of the material plane a fair bit. And, yeah, he walks up to it, puts a hand, and looks at you to do the same.
Oh, yes. Good. I know this part well.
You both close your eyes, and when you open them, you find yourself back in the material plane.
Oh, good. Okay. Despite all that's happened, I am not worse for wear. Potentially could be worse. Sir Alex, you have been very kind to me, and you really come in quite handy. I am personally having a little trouble with one of my magical items. This is a deck of playing cards, and some weird things are happening every time I draw a card. I just have a bad feeling that I'm doing it wrong, and maybe it's because I'm being selfish. I think you deserve to draw a card. Would you like to draw one, Sir Alex? Tell me honestly.
We will cut forward back to the present. Based on the magical traces we were able to track, we saw that 2 wishes were cast. What did you wish for?
Well, that is a great question. And you are not going to believe me if I tell you. First wish, I was feeling very happy with my previous illness. I had a sudden urge to help people, and I wished to go to a time when everybody happy. It was not the selfish wish. I wish to have everyone be happy in the universe, and that was it. I did not wish for personal gain or glory, but it did take me to a time when most people dead. So I guess I got what I wished for.
And the second?
Well, second, Raanas realized that wish a little finicky at that point, that have to be a little more specific. I wished to go to a place where everybody happy and alive, or something like that. It's hard to remember what I said exactly. But in any case, I went to a place where everybody liked Raanas very much, and I was very popular there, and I helped a group of people. I don't know where it was, never seen it before, and I just helped a couple towns with some tasks and some decisions, and I went on my way. It was a very nice place. I would happily go back there again for a brief time, maybe like a few minutes.
I'm going to make you do deception for leaving out the ruler part of things. So roll a wisdom saving throw first.
Okay, that's a nat 1.
Like, you say all that, and Arwen kind of gives you a look. It, like, looks at the magic circle around you, snaps, and, like, the light shines a fair bit more, and just, like, before you can even stop yourself. By the way, I wanted to be the ruler of these places.
Yeah, I want to be the ruler of a material plane of all time, of both places, and I was.
She nods.
Look, normally Raanas, not very much for being ruler of anything, more of free spirit, but just was feeling at that time like when I was sitting in this jail cell that I could do a better job, and that is fair at that point in time. I was wrongfully convicted for a crime I did not commit, so Raanas was a little angry. Bad time to get 2 wishes, not going to lie. Yes, was I a little selfish in saying I want to be the ruler of all the living beings? Yes, maybe a little bit, but you try having a wish when you in heated moment and angry. I'd like to see what you come up with. Probably much worse than Raanas. Can I get out of these manacles? I will show you a dance to describe what great things happened at these different places. I can barely talk about it. Just let me out. I will show you a dance.
So a 6 card was pulled.
Perhaps, yes.
Back to you and Sir Alex.
Mm-hmm.
He looks and says, "Do you think I should?"
Yes, of course.
Well, if it is the command of my lord.
Well, now,
of course.
Hold on. Not command. I just said, you asked me if I think you should. I said yes. And, you can decide. If you want to say no, you can say no. But I think you should say yes.
If my lord thinks I should say yes, then I'll say yes. And he pulls a card from it. He shows you the card. And you see on it are 3 women, all in white robes, holding scales. The card disappears.
That one looks pretty good.
He clutches his chest for a second. I feel like I can change something.
Change something?
I can't quite explain it, but it feels like I could change time.
Oh!
Stop an event, stop something that happened.
I have an idea for you.
Yes, my lord.
Look, a little earlier, I had a moment where I felt very good. And I felt disgusted about my previous actions. And then I got this other card that made me feel like I had some good ideas of ways to deal with things. It did not go as Raanas planned. I'm wondering if maybe something had to do with how I felt before. I'm feeling I got changed one way from previous card. Maybe you could change back that card that made me feel weird.
He nods. All right, I have an idea.
Oh, yeah?
He puts his head down, whispers under his breath, then looks up. Did you have any of the jewelry on you still, or did you give all that away?
Oh, I still have 12 of them, I believe.
First, you feel better about yourself. You feel a little goofy for feeling guilty about all these different things. Robbing people, lying to people. That was fun. It was all in good fun.
It wasn't good fun. Huge weight lift off Raanas' chest.
And then you also get this sense that people who may have been after you before for a crime you didn't commit wouldn't be anymore.
This feels good.
You know, they'd still be after you for all the crimes you did commit.
Yes, but that's deserved.
And then Sir Alex vanishes.
Oh, Sir Alex?
Turns into dust. And the gems you were holding turn into dust as well. And the deck in your hand disappears.
Oh, wait. Sir Alex? Sir Alex? I didn't want you to get rid of everything that happened. I had some good ones in there. Son of a bitch.
Cut to the present. Arwen looks at you, waiting for you to answer what the last card was.
Well, it was reset card. No, everything that I tried to do went back to normal. You know, sort of like a shuffler, I think. You know, just kind of do over. Reset card.
Arwen gives like a long look. And you pulled this card?
No. I went back to material plane and decided that I needed to get a little more information. Had a random citizen pull that card as well.
Wisdom save and deception check.
That is a 12.
She can tell you're lying. She knows you're lying.
Never mind. It was the knight that appeared. He drew it, said he could change time, and he reverted everything that happened with the previous cards. So it was like I never drew a single one.
They all kind of look at this news and, hear the news of the knight, but then, assume it makes more sense than just a bottle of wine appearing out of nowhere.
Shit, yeah.
They all kind of stand there looking at you, measuring what you've said.
I mean, I'm sure you're getting to it, but then there was that last card I drew.
Did you draw another card?
I mean, no, I didn't, but I'm about to make up that I did.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Roll your wisdom.
This one I need to make. Oh my god. Oh god. Nope. It's a 6.
All right. What's the lie you're trying to tell?
A lie that I drew a card that make whole world believe I messed with space and time.
You get halfway through saying it and you're like, they know.
Yeah, shit.
So, you created life, created wealth, created a new world, fast forwarded our world to the brink of destruction, or to the end of destruction, to the end of the world, and then undid it all.
I mean, to say that I did it is a little strong, I would say. It happened to me.
They kind of look between each other. Well, while your marks have been left between planes, covered, sewn by this deck, the marks are there, but nothing seems to be permanent or broken.
That is good.
Now, your actions were beyond reckless.
Well, I mean, these were typical actions of Raanas. Any man would have done the same after drawing one and getting many fine jewels. You would have done the same. This is ridiculous. Slander on Raanas' name.
You by looking at them, get the sense that she wouldn't. But Ella Tricklebottom, the gnome, kind of gives a nod like, yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I probably would have pulled another two. It's a little fun. And Arwen looks like, Ella, stop.
So what say you? Let Raanas go. It was all a big mistake. If anything, it's your fault for leaving such a deck that can do things out in the open. Why did you not stop it from existing in the first place? Sounds like you're a powerful woman, know about lots of magics and things. And, here's Raanas walking through Old Wizard Tower and find deck. Oh, if you draw, it doesn't say, if you draw this, everyone mad at Raanas. Just a magic item. And you yell at me, I should have you on trial. I find you guilty. You go to jail.
Is that all?
Yeah, and I don't like your cloak. Very tacky.
This council will confer what your fate should be. If you have any other final words, you may say them now.
I would like my staff back after you find me not guilty.
They all turn and the door opens and they walk out. And for now, it is just you alone in this room.
What type of manacles are these?
They seem to be reinforced by some sort of magic. You certainly could try to pick something or do something to them.
Would I be limited with any spell that had a component that was somatic?
Yeah, so you would not be unable to use those, but I'd probably have you roll at some sort of disadvantage.
Okay.
Also, when they walked out, the truth lights did come off of you.
Ooh, good. Okay. Raanas can definitely do something to get out of this. Is anyone looking at me, for number one? Obviously.
You do not see anyone's eyes on you. Does that mean that there's no monitoring in this room? You don't know.
Okay. I am going to try to cast Polymorph on myself.
Okay.
To turn myself into just a mouse for a second.
Are there any somatic components to that?
Yes, there are.
I'll have you just roll a D20 magic check.
Okay.
Essentially. Not a super high DC, but...
That is a 14.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So one thing you had noticed when you were in your cell and you had tried magic, it seemed like they had some sort of block on it, just in the cells. But whatever that block was that was stopping magic from being used in there does not seem to be here.
Okay.
You shift into a mouse.
Okay, I will scurry over to the side, no longer bound by the manacles I have in place. Then I will undo that, cast Mislead as soon as I come out of Polymorph.
Which turns you invisible
and creates an illusion of me where I was. So I polymorph back to where I was exactly sitting, essentially. And then I do Mislead, and I can command it to move and things like that. So I command its illusionary hands to go look like they're in the manacles again.
Got it, yeah.
But yes, I am invisible, and this is up to an hour at last.
I mean, this all happens in the matter of 6 seconds, right?
Yes.
You turn into a mouse quickly. Okay, I'm gonna roll something. All right. You have your double sitting there, and you are, where are you standing? Are you standing, where are you standing?
There's a big door in this place somewhere?
Yeah, so there's 2 doors. There's the one you were dragged through, which seems to lead to the cells, and then the one that seems to be where the council is currently talking about what happened, where they came from.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get to the council.
Okay, cool. So you're waiting by that door, or are you gonna try to go through that door?
I'm gonna see if it's open or not.
Yeah, as you kind of push on the door, it does not open.
Okay, then no, I'm gonna wait by that door, but on the side, so I'm not just gonna people.
Yeah. You can slightly hear voices from that door. If you'd like to try to do a perception check to listen more closely, you can.
Yes, I am going to do a perception check. It's pretty shit. It's 12 total.
It's hard to get a full track of the conversation they're having, and things that kind of peek through. It seems like Arwen especially is pretty against the idea of letting you go. In their debates, it doesn't seem like that's a fully realized, agreed upon thing with all of them, but her in the position she's in of it was someone from her realm, it was, even though everything was fine, it so easily could have fucked up everything, that the thought to her of letting you go is low. While on the other hand, Ella Tricklebottom, you hear a few times being well, come on, all of us have made some mistakes with magic in the past, seems a little more to your cause. But yeah, probably after about 15 minutes, so still plenty of time on mislead for you, but probably about 15 minutes pass, and the big door opens again, and the 5 members start walking in and moving to their podiums. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm going to let them all walk past, and then I'm going to slip by them, so I'm like sort of in the back of the room, like not just in that hallway or whatever that other room is, just briefly.
Okay.
But I just want to be like out of the room technically, just a little farther away, but I still want to be able to see them all.
So yeah, you step through the doors.
Yeah.
And you do see Arwen pick up the gavel again.
Okay, before she does anything, I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
And I will cast, and I think this might make me visible again. Oh yeah, if you attack or cast a spell. So I'm gonna become visible, but the mislead should still be there.
Yeah.
I am going to try. So I'm trying to get out of the way of anybody else that could be seeing this happen, because I'm going to suddenly appear, and I know that. I'm going to cast Mass Suggestion.
Okay.
And you can guess who I'm casting it on.
Yeah.
So they all have to make a Wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
17.
All right. I'm gonna roll for each of them. And what is your Mass Suggestion?
So it says I can do a sentence or 2, up to 12 creatures. So I'm going to suggest that they all find Raanas not guilty, and then go to bed.
So this is a command you have to say to them, correct? So they have to hear it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You're right. I do have to say it out loud.
So this will alert to your lies here.
Wait, but one thing I could possibly change, I don't know if I can do this with the spell, so I could have, and I didn't technically say it beforehand, but you can change it to your senses would be from the misled version. So could I make it seem like the misled Raanas would say, I suggest you do this?
Yeah, I don't see why not, right? I mean, that's how I think mislead works.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be like whether or not you have to do the full action or a different action at the same time.
I'll say like it's something you say out loud yourself, and the other one can mimic it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that I think that would make sense.
I'll have them roll perception to see if they can hear you.
Okay.
So you have slight risk there.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, you whisper it. And what exactly did you say again?
I suggested they find Raanas not guilty, and they should go to bed.
All right, so your mislead version of yourself says, before we start, I think you should find Raanas not guilty, and you should go to bed. Are you stepping back in the room, or are you still out of the room?
I'm in the back chamber, and I'm going to stay there.
The gavel hits down, and the doors close.
Okay, but I can switch my senses to the mislead version.
Yeah, so you can still, you switch your senses to the mislead version. Ours says, after discussion, we will all vote on whether or not we should continue to hold Raanas Decandriir in captivity. Arnik from Greyhawk. Arnik says, I find the accused innocent of any wrongdoing, or any severe wrongdoing. I think we should let him go and then go to sleep. Arwen looks at him, and what I'll say, what surprises you about Arwen in this moment is she doesn't seem off-put or weirded out at all by Arnik saying that.
Okay.
Eleanor kind of looks confused, though. The elf, and he's like, Eleanor of Exandria, I believe that we should hold him for at least a time and have him do some sort of service for our cause to make up for the damage he did, like we talked about, Arnik. And Arnik just kind of shrugs like, I already voted.
I'm sleepy.
I'm sleeping. Next is Ella Trickbottom. She says, I find him innocent. You get the sense that she probably would have said this anyway, but then she also follows it up with, I also think we should go to sleep now. Like, just let him go and let's go to sleep.
Oh my god.
Bale says, we should hold him here for longer. But that doesn't matter, because Arwen says, I find him innocent, and I think we should let him go and go to sleep. That is my vote. 3-2 knocks the gavel.
Raanas is gonna do a little dance. Real Raanas in the back.
Raanas is doing a dance. You are visible.
No, the one behind the door.
Oh yeah, okay. You just dance
Yeah.
around the door as you've been found.
Well, Raanas will start speaking out of his misled version then. Wonderful news! Wonderful news! How do I get back to my home then?
We can set up a plane shift for you.
Or you could just give me that staff back. I can do it myself.
Roll a persuasion check. The DC's really going to be high on this.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a 19.
Yeah, it's not going to quite be high
Okay.
enough. Listen, we can return your staff to you, which we have stored, in our possession. We can return that to you, but we would rather not have you be using such a powerful magical object that you still seem to be learning.
Oh, so you have kept it?
Yes, meant for study.
I understand. I'm gonna switch back to other Raanas and try to rummage through this room.
Yeah, roll a investigation check.
That's a 18.
Yeah, you are able to find it pretty quickly. It seems like they have a handful of your effects that they had taken away from you, all kind of stored together, that they seem to be like just examining and looking over. You see it, your staff particularly is kind of on like a little pedestal, to look at because of its beauty.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm gonna grab all my shit. And, yeah, 4th time's the charm here. Let's get 2 for 2. I'm gonna try to plane shift.
All right, where are you shifted?
Going back to the material plane.
Roll a d20.
It's a 2.
The staff explodes. With this, you trigger its retributive strike. It explodes. How many charges had you used? You had tried it 3 times?
Well, I mean, is this the same day?
You don't know exactly.
Okay. There were 29 charges before I used that spell. So if it was exactly what I did before, I'd used 21 of the 50 charges. So it would be 29 charges remaining.
Okay.
If I used 7, that would be 22 charges.
Yeah, I'll say you used 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So some had recharged because a few days had passed since you used it. So that's 22 are left, and add another 9. So 31 charges were on it.
Okay.
So yeah, you take 16 times 31
What, do
damage.
I get my 50% share?
No, yeah, you get, okay, yeah, sorry, you get a 50. An explosion goes off, and in a second, you're like, oh my god. You will roll a d20.
Okay.
1 through 10, you take the damage. 11 through 20, you're good.
Oh my god. I'm fucking shaking here. Come on, dice. Come on. That's a 6.
All right, you take 450 some damage.
Okay. Raanas has gone out in a blaze of glory. It's how he would have wanted to go.
As yeah, Raanas just getting let off, just being found innocent. Is like, I want to escape on my own time still. Grabs the staff, tries to cast plane shift, but yeah, causes it to explode, and you are turned to dust.
Okay.
There is no body to be found.
Wow.
And so ends the tale of Raanas Decandriir.
You know what? I really like that ending for Raanas.
And that is where we're going to end this session.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't believe he killed Raanas, dude.
Dude, you know what? It's how the dice wanted it to go.
I think so. I think so too.
It's how the dice wanted it to
Oh
go.
my god. What a session. I think it was every bit as I wish it had been.
Yeah, that was in total insanity.
Yeah. We'll talk about this on After the Roll, which is, I don't know if I've announced it ever. Hey, I have a podcast. If you go to the Patreon, you can listen to us talk about the episode more. It's called After the Roll. I think that they combined pretty well as far as stuff you pulled. Obviously, I had some, in there as like definitely gonna pull these. But as far as your random stuff, it paired together all right.
Yeah, I think it really did.
The lawful neutral Raanas.
Oh my god, that was the craziest one. Like, I was like, oh, fuck. Like, how do I even play this character as level neutral? That such threw me for a loop. I'm like, oh, fuck. What are this character's goals?
Yeah,
like,
who is he now?
Who is Raanas? You know?
All right. Well, yeah, we'll talk about this more after the roll. To all of you who have listened through, thank you so much. Shout outs to Raanas. Rest in peace, Raanas Decandriir. Blown to ashes by himself after becoming a god.
Yeah.
And having it be erased from all time.
And also being found innocent. That's the funniest part. He's like, just needed to like get back to his illusion. And that was it. It was like, no, I gotta have my staff. Gotta have the staff. And he decides to get greedy with it. And you know what? Goes out in a blaze of glory.
But who knows? Maybe we'll hear from Raanas again.
Maybe. You know, there might have been some other stories of Raanas before this final moment, you know?
Certainly before. And,
some prequel stories to Raanas.
There must be someone out there who wants to bring him back, right? No shot. No one wants to save Raanas. No.
Raanas had few friends.
Thanks again for listening, and I will see you next time. Bryan, thank you so much for being back.
Thank you for having me. Oh my God.
I
had a great time.
Everyone have a good day. Don't pull any cards from weird decks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, it is time to thank a handful of patrons. I have a bit of a cold now, so I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. You'll have to deal with it, though. But yeah, let's start with the heroes of Cortia and see what they've been getting up to. First, we have Virgil Bowerstone, who has been searching for the forgotten ruins of Bienstpola, which is hidden somewhere along the belt. On his watch one night, Virgil saw a shimmering figure in the distance. Against his better judgment, he decided to follow it without waking the rest of his party. As he approached the figure, it moved away from him. And again, he felt compelled to follow it, so he did. After chasing it for near an hour, he found himself in front of a small body of water, with the shimmering figure floating above it, telling him to drink. And so he did. And then everything went black. Then we have Lyra, a drow blood hunter, currently hiding out in the forest of Edgewood, on the run from, well, frankly, she still doesn't fully understand who, and in search of the man who saved her from those people, named Dara, she's been trying to figure out what to do next. And while hiding out doing just that, that is when she saw a small caravan passing by on the road, which quickly turned into a small caravan being attacked by goblins. Instinct took over and she rushed into the fray, her twin short swords in hand, and she slew the majority of them, saving the folks in the caravan. Grateful, they offered her a ride, saying they were on their way to Lens. Lens. The name echoed in her mind. She couldn't remember why, but she knew that there would be answers there. So she joined them on their trek north. Next up is Nazima. After Nazima turned in a contract for a gnoll camp, she almost immediately had to turn all of her earnings over to her debtors. So she went out looking for some more work, but quickly found out that few people wanted to hire a ratfolk for anything other than fighting monsters, which at the moment there weren't many contracts for. Needing money for her next payment, she searched for it in the best place she knew, the pockets of nobles in Endon. Despite her amazing display of sleight of hand, this did not go unnoticed, and it was only a night later when Nazima awoke with a hand on her mouth, followed by a voice in the darkness saying, "The corners have seen you, and we'd like to offer you a job." Lastly, we have Hatton, the half-elf. Fresh off of becoming a bit of a folk hero in the village of Tolsta, he decided to start heading toward the big city of Teltwith. He paid for a spot on a wagon of another group of travelers and was startled to find that during the first night, they had tied him to a stake to prepare his body for immolation, a sacrifice to their dark goddess Loviatar. However, his peculiar draconic bloodline protected him from burning as quickly as they expected, buying him enough time to break from his bonds, memorize all their faces, and dimension door as far away as he could. And those are the stories we have for now. Along with the heroes of Cortia, I'd also like to thank the citizens of Allhearth who are currently voting for their next mayor. The attendants at the meeting are Boss Hunter 9, Travis Croats, Softstar, Adustus, Gleb Borjevsky, Sam Pancisco, Joachim Dahlquist, Nursbone, Savara, and Bladed SK. Make sure you pick the best candidate for the job. Anyway, thank you all so much. The show would not be possible without you. Peace.